If almost every law involves government expenditure, can almost every law be passed as a money bill? This seemingly simple question lies at the heart of one of India's biggest constitutional controversies. Hello everyone, my name is Rajni Jha. Welcome to Drishti IAS. In today's session, we will talk about money bill. But before that, let's talk about the news. It says that the Parliament has passed the Supreme Court Number of Judges Amendment Bill 2026, and this increases the sanctioned strength of Supreme Court from 34 to 38 judges, including the Chief Justice of India. Now, this controversy is not about the increase in judges. Instead, it is about the government's decision to pass this bill as a money bill, because that will bypass the Rajya Sabha's effective legislative role. And we'll see how. But before that, why the increase in number of Supreme Court judges? And there are a lot of reasons for it. First is increasing pendency of cases. There are so many cases still pendent, and there's a need to dispose those cases off as soon as possible. So there's need to improve disposal of cases. And this bill also talks about creation of 4 additional judicial posts to ensure these two. Now, because of all this, because there will be creation of 4 additional judicial posts, of course, it is going to cost some money. So because of this, the bill also estimates expenditure on salaries, staff, official residences, security, and miscellaneous expenses. And the government argues that since this additional expenditure is mentioned in this bill, it is involved in this bill should be qualified as money bill. So this bill qualifies as money bill. So the next question comes, what is money bill? And for that, you should remember Article 110. Article 110 defines money bill. It says, a bill is a money bill only if it contains exclusively provisions dealing with one or more of the following of these matters. What are these matters? First, it talks about taxation. It talks about borrowing of money, right? It talks about the custody, payment into or withdrawn from Consolidated Fund of India or Contingency Fund of India. It talks about appropriation of money from Consolidated Fund of India. It also talks about the audit. It talks about the audit of government accounts, right? And any matter incidental to these points. It talks about declaration of expenditure as charged on CFI, again, Consolidated Fund of India, and other such expenditure. So all these things, whenever mentioned in a bill, that should be counted as money bill. But the important point here is this word only. The bill should talk about only these things. The word only in Article 110 is extremely important. If a bill contains substantial provisions which are not related to these financial matters, then it will not be called a money bill. Then it will not be considered a money bill. It will be considered a money bill only if it pertains to these financial provisions. So what will not be considered a money bill? If a bill has the provisions of imposition of fines and penalties, collection of fees for license or services, or taxes imposed by local authorities for local purposes. As I told you, if the bill contains substantial provisions which are not related to these financial matters, then it should not be, normally it will not be considered as a money bill. Now the next, what is the speaker's role here? Who decides whether a bill is a money bill or not? And then according to Article 110, in Article 110 it is mentioned that the Speaker of Lok Sabha certifies whether a bill is a money bill or not. And traditionally, this certification of Speaker of the Lok Sabha was enough. It was considered almost final. However, in the recent years, Supreme Court has increasingly held that this certification also comes under judicial review. So Supreme Court can decide whether the bill that is called a money bill, that is certified a money bill by the Speaker, is constitutionally valid or not. It can be reviewed by the judiciary if the constitutional provisions are violated. It can be reviewed by the judiciary and struck down by the judiciary. So earlier, this certification was final, but now it comes under, increasingly, it is subjected to judicial review. The next point is, what is the procedure for passing a money bill? I just told you at the beginning of this lecture that if it is considered a money bill, it will undermine the role of Rajya Sabha. How is that? In order to understand that, you should understand the procedure of passing a money bill. So first, it is introduced only in Lok Sabha. A money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha and it requires President's prior recommendation. So it can only be introduced in Lok Sabha with President's prior recommendation, and it can only be introduced by a minister. And then it is certified as a money bill by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So what is the role of Rajya Sabha? Why am I saying that the role of Rajya Sabha is titular or it is not at all that important in case of money bill? If this bill is given in Rajya Sabha, if it is passed in Lok Sabha and then given in Rajya Sabha to be passed, Rajya Sabha cannot reject it or amend a money bill. It can only recommend changes. It can only recommend suggestions, and these suggestions must be given within 14 days. So they must return the bill within 14 days. If Lok Sabha accepts those recommendations and suggestions, the bill is passed with those changes or those suggestions. If Lok Sabha wants, it can simply reject those recommendations also, and then the original bill will be passed. If, let's say, Rajya Sabha decides that our suggestions, our recommendations are anyway not going to matter, so why return the bill within 14 days? If they don't return the bill within 14 days, then it is deemed passed in the original form itself. So whether Rajya Sabha gives the recommendation, does not give the recommendation, the Lok Sabha mainly decides whether they will be taking up recommendations or not. And if Rajya Sabha does not return the bill within 14 days, then also it will be passed with the original form itself. So as you can see here, Rajya Sabha does not have really, in practical sense, the Rajya Sabha does not have the power in case of money bill. So if any bill is passed as a money bill, it is going to undermine the power of Rajya Sabha. Now the question is, first, let's understand what are the important articles. So I told you about the procedure of money bill. It is under Article 109. The definition of money bill is in Article 110. And 111 talks about President's assent. What is that? President may assent or withhold assent. So President either gives assent, President can also withhold assent, but President cannot return the money bill. And usually President never withholds assent. He simply gives assent because it was anyway introduced in the Lok Sabha with his prior recommendation. So he had already recommended it. So why would he withhold his assent now, right? So normally he gives his assent. So the question is, as I told you, in case of money bill, special legislative procedure is followed where the Lok Sabha enjoys tremendous power and Rajya Sabha does not have much power or much say. But why is this controversial? It is controversial because the government has argued that this bill creates additional judicial posts and that requires expenditure from Consolidated Fund of India, and that is why it should be considered under Article 110 as money bill. But the critics argue that the real purpose of this bill is to amend the strength of the Supreme Court, not to appropriate money. Because if this is the logic that you're giving, then in that case, any bill that has some sort of expenditure from a Consolidated Fund of India will be considered a money bill. And if this continues, then the role of Rajya Sabha will be reduced to a very minimum point. And there is no point of having Rajya Sabha in the first place if they don't have any power. So why does it matter? Why should Rajya Sabha have power? Now that is another important question. Because India has bicameralism. Bicameralism means India has both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, right? Lok Sabha represents people, but Rajya Sabha at the same time represents the state. That is why it is called Council of States. When we talk about Parliament, Parliament consists of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. This is the House of People, so it represents people of India, and Rajya Sabha represents the states. That is why it is called Council of States. So it represents states, it represents federal interest, it represents legislative scrutiny. And because of all of these reasons, it is important that Rajya Sabha is not reduced in its constitutional role. But if we keep calling every bill, considering every bill money bill, then what is the role of Rajya Sabha? Its constitutional role will be diminished, right? So what is the pending constitutional question? It is, can a bill be certified as money bill? Only because it has financial implications. Because with that logic, any bill can be certified a money bill, or most of the bills can be certified a money bill. And for this, a 7-judge constitution bench is yet to decide this question. So this still remains constitutionally unsettled. Now, has something like this happened before? Yes. In the Aadhaar case 2018, the Aadhaar Act was passed as a money bill and majority upheld it. But Justice Chandrachud strongly disagreed and he called the use of money bill here, money bill route, as a fraud on the constitution. Because according to him, the government had used the money bill route only to avoid scrutiny by Rajya Sabha. Because here, in the case of money bill, Rajya Sabha does not have power. In practice, it does not have power at all. Similarly, in PMLA, which is Prevention of Money Laundering Act, this was also enacted as a money bill. But this faced a challenge later, whether it should be a money bill, it should have been enacted as a money bill or not, and it is not settled even now. So, what are the constitutional principles involved in this entire case? First, bicameralism. I've already explained that Indian Parliament includes President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha represents states, federal interest of India, and it also provides legislative scrutiny. What does that mean? That in case of ordinary bill, let's say if Rajya Sabha does not agree with that bill, there is a provision of joint sitting and debates happen. So, Rajya Sabha's role is also important in case of other bills, right? But if we keep making everything a money bill, then the role of Rajya Sabha is reduced to a great extent and this legislative scrutiny is reduced. They cannot ask a lot of questions because even if they do, then what are they going to do? Nothing. Lok Sabha will be held more powerful in case of money bill. So, frequent use of money bill route reduces the constitutional significance of Rajya Sabha. That is one principle. Second, parliamentary accountability. As I told you, money bill mechanism is exception to the normal legislative process, right? So, in this case, what happens? That in the debates, Rajya Sabha's questions will not be as important. So, this will reduce parliamentary debate, accountability and scrutiny. Similarly, federalism. Rajya Sabha represents India's federal structure by ensuring that states also participate in union legislature. But if you keep making every bill money bill, then it circumvents or it dilutes the cooperative federalism. Cooperative federalism is when the state and center, they cooperate in terms of power. So, it dilutes the cooperative federalism of India. Similarly, separation of power. This is also an important constitutional principle in this case, especially because what is separation of power? That there will be executive, legislature and judiciary. Executive will seek legislative efficiency, legislature will keep check and balance and judiciary will ensure constitutional compliance. But so judicial review here serves as safeguard against procedural misuse. If there is a procedural misuse, judicial review comes into picture and the judiciary will ensure that no wrong is done, right? So, separation of power is also another principle which is involved in this entire case. Now, let's quickly revise this. So, constitutional provision involved in money bill, for the definition especially, it is Article 110. Money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha by a minister only. Prior recommendation of president is required. Certification whether a bill is a money bill is given by the speaker. Rajya Sabha can recommend changes only, give recommendations only, and it has to be done within 14 days. Is there a provision of joint sitting? No, there is no provision of joint sitting in this case, and the president cannot return the bill. He usually gives his assent or withholds his assent, and in practice, he usually just gives his assent because anyway, his prior recommendation was given before introducing the bill. Now, I hope this whole concept of money bill and the constitutional debate here is clear to you. Now we'll solve one question. I'll give you a question. You have to answer this in the comment section below. The question says, with reference to a money bill under the Constitution of India, consider the following statements. First, a money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Second, a money bill can be introduced only after President's recommendation. Third, a money bill can be introduced only by a minister. You have to tell me which of these statements is correct. The options are A, 1 and 2 only, B, 2 and 3 only, C, 1, 2 and 3, or D, 1 only. And with this, we come to the end of this session. I hope this whole concept of money bill and the constitutional debate here in this news is clear to you. If you have any questions, you can always ask them in the comment section below. I'll come up with some more lectures. If you want to understand a specific topic, you can always write that down in the comment section as well. So that's it for today's session. Until next time, take care.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.